Fellow delegates, we have a problem in the Spratly silence. It pertains to the disputes in the South China Sea and the Scarborough Shoal. Hence, the United Nations Security Council has already passed the Resolution 7048-8461, which states that the urgent action to the dispute shall be solved within the premises of the General Assembly. Hence, our agenda today is to resolve the dispute and to actually offer some solutions through diplomacy and not through means of coercion or through intimidation. And hence, we're all gathered here. Please be reminded, delegates, that your agenda or your resolution will depend on the crisis to solve that and to actually make the region more productive and to actually function the exercise of diplomacy for all of us.
The delegate of the United States of America motions to open the speakers list for the purpose of setting the agenda.
Are there any motions for the seconding of the motion that the United States of America has raised on the floor?
I second the motion.
I second the motion.
I second the motion.
Are there any motions on the floor right now? Delegate of the Vietnamese Republic, you're now recognized.
The delegate of the Socialist Republic of Vietnam motion to set the speaking time at 2 minutes and 40 seconds.
Thank you, delegate. The delegate of the Singaporean Republic, you're now recognized.
The delegate of Singapore moves to set the time to 1 minute and 45 seconds.
Thank you, delegate. You're now recognized, Indonesian Republic.
The delegate of the Republic of Indonesia moves to set the time of the speaker for 1 minute and 15 seconds.
Thank you, delegate. There has been a motion by the delegate of the Socialist Republic of Vietnam, of the delegate of the Republic of Singapore, and the delegate of the Republic of Indonesia, respectively, 2 minutes and 40 seconds, 1 minute and 45 seconds, and 1 minute and 30 seconds. We'll now proceed to vote on these motions. The order of precedence is default, so we'll vote first on the motion of the Socialist Republic of Vietnam. All those who are in favor of setting the speaker's time to 2 minutes and 40 seconds, please raise your hand. This motion clearly fails. Those who are in favor of the motion of the Republic of Singapore, please raise your hand. This motion clearly fails. Those who are in favor of the resolution, or the motion rather, of the Republic of Indonesia, please raise your hand. Due to overwhelming majority, the speaker's time is now set to 1 minute and 30 seconds. Applause. Applause in order. Good morning, fellow delegates. My name is Alan K. Severino Gumiran, and I will be the chair for the United Nations General Assembly. First of all, we'll start with the roll call in alphabetical order. Now, fellow delegates, please be reminded that all of you will be responsible for any actions that you will do within the Assembly and within the confines of the Assembly. So, let's start, shall we?
The delegate of Kingdom of Cambodia is present and voting.
Thank you, delegate.
The delegate of the People's Republic of China is present.
Thank you, delegate.
The delegate of the Republic of Indonesia is present and voting.
Thank you, delegate.
The delegate of the Republic of Malaysia is present and voting.
Thank you, delegate.
The delegate of the Republic of the Union of Myanmar is present and voting.
Thank you, delegate.
The delegate of the Republic of the Philippines is present.
Thank you, delegate.
The delegate of Republic of Singapore is present.
Thank you, delegate.
The delegate of the Kingdom of Thai is present.
Thank you, delegate.
The delegate of the United States of America is present.
Thank you, delegate.
The delegate of the Socialist Republic of Vietnam is present.
Thank you, delegate. Due to the notion that we have already met the quorum or the quota of the United Nations General Assembly, we're now in formal session. Fellow delegates, those who wanted to be included on the speakers list or to be inclusion to the speakers list, just pass a note to the chair so you may be recognized as one of the speakers. The delegate of Indonesia, you may now take the floor for your speech on the position of the Republic of Indonesia with regards to the Southeast Asian crisis dispute. You have the floor.
The Spratly Islands are situated in the South China Sea, one of the largest continental shelves in the world, which is abundant in resources such as oil, natural gas, minerals, and seafood. The method of preventive diplomacy was employed by Indonesia in preventing possible violent conflict to be occurred between the claimants after the naval clash between China and Vietnam in the Spratly Islands in 1988. The Republic of Indonesia believes that the workshops seemed to be a good start but turned out to be fruitless because they were drawn into the conflict for two main reasons. The claims over the Spratlys of both Vietnam and Malaysia in the workshops overlap with Indonesia's seabed boundaries. If China could control the Spratlys, fisheries and oil exploration and other natural resources, extraction would aid China in reaching its goals, and in terms of strategic benefits, gaining control of the Spratly Islands could help China maximize its own sea territory. The delegate of the Republic of Indonesia wishes to exhaust their time.
Thank you, Delegate. Please be seated. Thank you, Delegate. There has been two speakers, namely the United States of America and the Singaporean Republic, who are wishing to speak on behalf of their country's position. The Delegate of the United States of America, you are now recognized by the Chair to state your country's position.
It is a question if the Spratly Island is in fact international waters and not part of China proper. And we're going to make sure that we defend international territories from being taken over by one country. We're going to have to send China a clear signal that the island building stops, and second, the access to the island is not going to be allowed. The South China Sea issue is not just about competing claims, it is about peace and stability in the region. The United States will continue to fly, sail, and operate wherever international law allows and support the right of all nations to do the same. The delegate wishes to exhaust the remaining time.
Thank you, Delegate. The Delegate of the Singaporean Republic is now recognized by the Chair to state his country's position. The Delegate of the Singaporean Republic, you may now have the floor.
As a country that is economically tied to China and diplomatically associated with the Association of Southeast Asian Nations, in short, Singapore's foreign policy initiatives are based on a simple calculation that the cost of war in the region will exceed any gains, which is believed by Singapore to be able to deter any nation from initiating hostilities. As for the attempts on solving the situation, Singapore sees that the declaration of conduct of parties is structurally and legally insufficient to deal with the territorial issues of the South China Sea. Singapore is to plan ahead by being politically active and invested in the dispute, most usefully by positioning itself as a mediating force with the goal to avert and passively stave off both possible economic sanctions and naval challenges of the region. The delegate of the Republic of Singapore wishes to exhaust her remaining time.
You recognize the Republic of Myanmar.
The delegate of Myanmar wishes to move the body into unmoderated caucus for 10 minutes.
Thank you, Delegate. Are there any other motions? Delegate of the Philippine Republic, you are now recognized.
I second the motion.
Thank you, Delegate. Are there any other motions that will actually add to the unmoderated? Delegate of the People's Republic of China, you are recognized.
The delegate of the People's Republic of China moves that the parliamentary procedures be suspended for the time being.
Thank you, Delegate. All those in favor of the motion by the People's Republic of China, please raise your hand. All those opposed? All those abstain? Due to overwhelming majority, this motion clearly passes. And now we are on the 10-minute unmoderated caucus. Please form voting blocks, fellow delegates. We're now back in formal session. All those that aren't to be included in the speakers list, please pass it up to the chair so you'll be included. Now, our new speakers would be the delegate of the Philippine Republic, the delegate of the Union of Myanmar, and the delegate of the People's Republic of China. The delegate of the Philippine Republic, you may now have the floor.
mainly international law through the United Nations Convention and the Law of the Sea, or the UNCLOS. And on the historical rights, the ancestral domain of the Sultanate of Sulu dates back from the Majapahit and Srivijaya empires, which extended from Sabah or North Borneo, the Sulu archipelago, Palawan, parts of Mindanao, the islands now known as the Spratlys, Palawan, and up to the Visayas and Manila. The Spratlys archipelago is also very close to the Philippines in less than 200 nautical miles compared to Vietnam and China. The Philippines believes that the Spratly Island should go to the country that is most equipped and most qualified to sustainably develop the island's resources and protect their diverse marine ecosystems. Philippines should take the sovereignty over this territory because it has had the most success in the experience with maintaining marine ecosystems, plus the islands are well within the Philippines' exclusive economic zone. Moreover, the Philippines government ensures that the verdict would be optimized to advance the national interest by actively reshaping China's behavior, enhancing the Philippines' position in disputed wars, and defending its territory claims. We do not quarrel, for sure, but appeasement is also not an option.
Delegate of the Philippines, your time is up. Please be seated. The delegate of the Union of Myanmar, you are now recognized to speak of your country's position.
Myanmar is not a claimant state. They attach great importance to developments in the South China Sea. Myanmar had been consistent in calling for and supporting all endeavors to promote a peaceful resolution of disputes through friendly consultations and negotiations in accordance with universally recognized principles of international law, including the 1982 UN clause. Myanmar urges all parties to exercise restraint with regard to activities that could increase tension and to refrain from threats or use of force. As a member of the rules-based ASEAN, Myanmar is committed to the principle of rule of law in the conduct of foreign relations throughout the international community. Myanmar will continue to work with ASEAN member states and with China for the full and effective implementation, based on consensus of the Declaration of the Conduct of Parties in the South China Sea, and the early conclusion of the Code of Conduct in the South China Sea.
Delegate, could you please wrap up your speech, or are you finished already?
I'm finished.
You may now be seated. And last but not the least, the Chinese People's Republic, you are now recognized by the chair.
China has indisputable sovereignty over the South China Sea Islands, also known as the Spratly Islands, and its adjacent waters. Chinese activities in the South China Sea dated back to over 2,000 years ago. China was the first country to discover, name, explore, and exploit the resources of the South China Sea Islands, and the first to continuously exercise sovereign powers over them. From the 1930s and 1940s, Japan illegally seized some parts of the South China Sea Islands during its war of aggression against China. With regard to disputes concerning territorial sovereignty and maritime rights, China has always maintained that they should be peacefully resolved through negotiations between the countries directly concerned. The delegate of the People's Republic of China wishes to exhaust her remaining.
Thank you, Delegate. Now there are more speakers that are added to the speakers list. I'll start with the Socialist Republic of Vietnam. You are now recognized by the chair to state your country's position. You're now recognized, the Socialist Republic of Vietnam.
The South China Sea is 1.4 million square miles of the Pacific Ocean, surrounded by China, Taiwan, the Philippines, Malaysia, Brunei, Indonesia, Singapore, and Vietnam. Thus, it creates such dispute like Spratlys Island. The Vietnamese government does not want to increase tension in the South China Sea, which could complicate Vietnam's core objective in the Spratlys, safeguarding its jurisdiction and maritime rights. Vietnam advocates maintaining the status quo in the South China Sea, even though it is obvious that Vietnam is increasingly worried about China's massive island building and in installation of equipment that can serve both civilian and military purposes. Vietnam fears that any escalation with China might result in a change of the status quo unfavorable to Vietnam. In addition, Vietnam tries to minimize the scope of the dispute by implicitly acknowledging the Spratlys do not possess more than 12 nautical miles territorial waters. Vietnam has fronted hypotheses. The first is that the Vietnamese government need extra time to fully assess the impact of the ruling on Vietnam. The formulation of an official position requires careful examination by various agencies before a final draft lands before the Politburo for endorsement. Vietnam could also...
Delegate, please wrap up your speech. You may now be seated. The delegate of the Kingdom of Cambodia, you are now recognized by the chair.
Cambodia is one of China's oldest and dearest ties economically and politically. Economically, China is Cambodia's top foreign investor, a major donor, and an increasingly important trading partner. Culturally, Chinese values are deeply embedded in many aspects of Cambodian society. China has agreed with Brunei, Cambodia, and Laos that the South China Sea territorial dispute should not affect relations between China and the ASEAN. On the other hand, the Cambodian government has engaged in match economy over China. In fact, on last August 3, our Deputy Prime Minister Hor Nam-hong stated that Cambodia's development could not be detached from Chinese aid. Council of Ministers spokesman Fei Sifan enthusiast, without Chinese aid, we go nowhere. Such remarks are dear examples of how close Cambodia and China has grown.
You may now be seated. I will now proceed with the Kingdom of Thailand on his speech about the position paper and his position on the South China Sea. You may now take the floor.
Unlike most of the nations here in this council who has a claim in the islands, my country, Thailand, doesn't have claims in South China Sea. As one of the nations who is a part of ASEAN, I encourage my sisters to enter appeasement with the People's Republic of China. The current situation of the United States of America will not allow its power to help us in case of hostilities. arises. We are all fated that we cannot continue to fight this red menace that coming from the north. And also, we all have our own problems domestically in our country. So I recommended that we have an appeasement with China, and let's see what will happen next. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you for that fiery speech, the delegate of Thailand. Malaysia may now take the podium to explain her stance regarding the dispute.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. The Kingdom of Malaysia referred their claims to international law and convention, and it has laid claims to the Spratly Islands following the issuance of their map in 1979 based upon the continental shelf principle. It has occupied 3 islands and considered to be within its continental shelf since 1983. According to the law, the state from whose continental shelf these features rise has sovereign rights to them. Hence, the Kingdom of Malaysia has sovereign rights over it, laying the basis on continental shelf principle and on its baselines. Thank you.
Thank you, delegate of Malaysia. This body would like to recommend the formation of the voting blocks and the resolutions that will be accompanied on that voting block. Are there any motions for the delegates to temporarily suspend the parliamentary procedures in order to finalize the formation of such voting blocks? Are there any motions on the floor right now? Seeing none, we'll proceed with the general debate, and the delegate of the Philippines, together with his block, or her block rather, will now present their resolution regarding the dispute. The delegate of the Philippines and her block, you are now recognized, and you have a time duration of 2 minutes to explain your stance.
The Philippines, along with its allies, Singapore, Malaysia, and Myanmar, proposes that every country disputing the Spratleys Island should base its claims on international law through the United Nations Convention, the Law of the Sea, or the UNCLOS, and should ensure the verdict would be optimized to advance the national interest by tangibly reshaping China's behavior, enhancing our position in the disputed wars, and defending its territorial claims. We do not war, we just want to have peace talks, and we do not want to peace with China. Thank you.
Thank you for the Republic of the Philippines resolution which pertain to the disputes in the South China Sea. Now let's hear the stance of the Chinese bloc with regards to the position of their entire bloc in relation to the disputes as a whole. The People's Republic of China and any other associated members of the alliance may now take the floor.
The Republic of China, along with its allies, Indonesia and Cambodia, encourages the Philippines, the United States, and other stakeholders and parties interested into this issue to directly interact with us and do not use international law as a leverage in order to prevent us from showing our military might. That would be our main mechanism in the contestation regarding this issue. I encourage, the delegate of the People's Republic of China encourages direct negotiation amongst the parties involved. That's all, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, the delegate of the People's Republic of China. Since there are only 2 resolutions and 2 blocks pertaining to the dispute, we'll now move into a general debate. The chair recommends to move into the general debate to substantiate the claims of both countries, so they could not just introduce their concepts and their presentation. They need a full-on presentation of their resolutions in order for the chair and the body to actually notify if there are already resolutions that have been made. Delegate of Vietnam, you are recognized.
The delegate of the Socialist Republic of Vietnam. Motion to open the debate
For how long?
for 2 minutes and 45 seconds.
Thank you. Are there any other motions pertaining to the motion of the Socialist Republic of Vietnam? Seeing none, the default time of the debate will be 2 minutes and 45 seconds. The chair would like to compel both parties and their nominal leaders to actually debate and use the time for further argumentation regarding the matter of the resolutions that they present. Seeing that we will now move into the general debate, special parliamentary procedures will take effectively and immediately in order to make way for the general debate to be firmly established. That's all, and we'll proceed to general debate. The time for the general debate has been exhausted. Are there any motions for the delegates to move into the voting block? Please raise your hand in order to be recognized by the chair. Yes, Delegate of Thailand.
Delegate of Thailand would like to move this debate to the voting block.
Are there any seconds to the motion?
I second the motion.
Thank you. We'll now move into voting block. So we'll have 3 methods on actually voting the resolutions being passed. And since there will be a default in order, it will be firstly the resolution of the Philippine Republic and then the People's Republic of China. So there are 3 methods of voting. Number 1, acclamation. Number 2 is roll call. And number 3 is the raising of the voice of either aye or nay. So what will be the preferred voting procedure of the delegates? A motion for a acclamation or raising of hands. The motion of roll call or the motion of raising your voices. This is a modified question pertaining to the delegates. All of you could motion if you will prefer anything else.
I move that we should have the roll call time voting.
Noted, Miss Lauren.
Point of order, the delegate of the Republic of Indonesia would like to say that all delegates must use the third person during their speech or having a motion.
Noted, Republic of Indonesia. So, are there any motions aside from the roll call pertaining to the delegates? Please raise your hand if there are other motions. Seeing none, the default will be roll call. The chair will call the delegates through an alphabetical order, and your answer will be only yes or no pertaining to the resolution of the Philippine Republic. The delegate of the Kingdom of Cambodia.
No.
The delegate of the People's Republic of China.
No.
The delegate of the Republic of Indonesia.
No.
The delegate of the Kingdom of Malaysia.
Yes.
The delegate of the Union of Myanmar.
Yes.
The delegate of the Philippine Republic.
Yes.
The delegate of the Singaporean Republic.
Yes.
Kingdom of Thailand.
No.
The United States of America.
Yes.
The Socialist Republic of Vietnam.
Yes.
Seeing that there is a narrow margin of the votes, the Philippine bloc wins the resolution by a narrow margin. Applause is in order. The second resolution of the People's Republic of China will now be voted upon, and since the default is now voting by roll call, the chair would rather say that the chair would call the nations in order. The delegate of the Kingdom of Cambodia.
Yes.
The delegate of the People's Republic of China.
Yes.
The delegate of the Indonesian Republic.
Yes.
The delegate of the Malaysian Kingdom.
No.
The delegate of the Union of Myanmar.
No.
The delegate of the Republic of the Philippines.
No.
The delegate of the Singaporean Republic.
No.
The delegate of the Kingdom of Thailand.
Yes.
The delegate of the United States of America.
No.
The delegate of the Socialist Republic of Vietnam. Due to the overwhelming defeat by the bill or the resolution presented by the People's Republic of China, this resolution clearly fails. Applause.
Point of order, Mr. Chair. How many have voted yes and how many have voted no?
Around 4 has voted yes, including this one, and this one. Then the no block is the Kingdom of Malaysia, the Union of Myanmar, the Philippine Republic, the Republic of Singapore, the United States of America, and Vietnam. Those who voted for yes are Thailand, Indonesia, China, and Cambodia. So there is a 6% margin in which it is an overwhelming defeat for the resolution of the second question. Applause is not in order. Suspension of parliamentary procedures. Since we have only passed a single resolution, this will be relayed upon once again to the United Nations Security Council, since the General Assembly has no powers to enforce such a decision without the consent of 15 member states within the Security Council. Any motions pertaining to the Assembly as a whole for the adjournment of the meeting for today? Delegate of Malaysia, you are now recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. The delegate of the Kingdom of Malaysia motions to adjourn the General Assembly until further notice.
Thank you, Delegate of Malaysia. All those in favor of the adjournment of the meeting, please raise your right hand. Due to overwhelming majority, the General Assembly meeting and its entire process will be adjourned until further notice. All concerns will be directed towards the United Nations Security Council. Applause is in order.